Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going to dive into Azure VPN Gateway and ExpressRoute, the two key tools for securely connecting your on-premises network with Azure. So let's break it down quickly and focus on the essentials. VPN Gateway. First up, VPN gateways will allow you for a secure communication over public internet between your on-premises network and Azure. It's great for smaller or cost-effective setups where you need an encrypted connection. You can go for site-to-site VPN for network-to-network communication or point-to-site VPN for remote access via a device connected to your network. The next is ExpressRoute. We can actually use ExpressRoute if your organization or even you are looking for a higher reliability and lower latency. ExpressRoute is the way to go for that. It actually creates a private connection between your on-premises network and Azure, bypassing the public internet. It used the concept of leased line. It's a private connection from your data center or your office to Azure data center where your resources are. Think of it as a premium, high performing, high bandwidth option for critical workloads. Then we have firewall to secure your traffic. Azure Firewall is a must for that. It controls both inbound and outbound traffic, ensuring that only authorized traffic makes it to or from your internal network or resources. Whether the request is coming from on-prem or different cloud platform, it doesn't matter. Firewall can protect your boundaries or your network boundaries at least. Then we have private links and private endpoints. Well, want even more security if we talk about your resource level? Use private links and private endpoints for that. Actually, these ensure that your traffic between your on-premises network and Azure services stays private and doesn't go through the public internet. It's like a private dedicated connection between your network to the Azure service, where the resources in that network are the only resources which can connect with your service. Then we have NSG. These or NSG control traffic flow within your Azure environment. You can set rules to allow or deny traffic to resources based on IP address, ports, and even protocols. Let's go to our labs and check all these feature sets. So I will see you in the lab. All right, now let's see how to deploy a VNG, Virtual Network Gateway. So before that, you need a network as well. I already have one network, and that is 10.0.0.0/16, so class A. And to create a VNG, it needs a private network for the backend. And the subnet must have a specific name. So basically, it needs a gateway subnet. So I will click on Add a subnet. On subnet purpose, I will select for what you need this subnet for. So the purpose is VNG, Virtual Network Gateway. I will select that and click Add. So now the subnet is created. We can move ahead and type VNG. I don't have any VNG, so let's create one. Give it a name. I'll call it Demo VNG01. It will be a VPN. It can also perform your ExpressRoute because this is just a virtual appliance. Either it can be used for creating a VPN tunnel, that is an encrypted tunnel, or it can also be used as your edge, means one of the edge for your ExpressRoute circuit. The next is
SKU, stock keeping unit. According to the performance requirement which your organization need, you will choose your SKU. For the demo, the cheapest is fine. Remember, this one will give you a low throughput. Then let's select the network, and the subnet will be automatically selected. Now, a gateway must have a public connection as well for the public domain. So I don't have any public IP address specifically made for this VNG. So you can create new. If you already have it, then you can use existing. I will call it VNG01 public IP01, or just public IP. Now, do you need active-active connection or a single connection? Basically, if you use active-active, there will be two public IP required. If you say no, then there will be only one public IP required, but you will have less or low fault tolerance. And that's it. This is the basic configuration of creating a VNG. You click tags, you click next, and then you click on create. And the VNG will be created. I will click on create now. Now remember, the VNG can take some time, somewhere about 20 to 30 minutes to deploy properly. All right, now after 22-ish minutes, I got my VNG ready. So this is my virtual network gateway. And over here you can see that you can actually click on configuration and change the SKU if you want, but you have to be in the same generation. You can enable the active-active mode if you want more fault tolerance. And over here, you can see all the connection. Remember, one gateway can maintain multiple connection with multiple sites or multiple other gateways. You can also configure point-to-site configuration here. So for that, you just click on configure now, and you give it an address pool because all your client laptops, phones, tablets, which will connect with your gateway, need an IP address to talk. So you can just give an address pool, but make sure that this address pool do not overlap with any other network in your infrastructure. This is where you will decide the protocol, what kind of tunnel you want. OpenVPN is kind of universal. You can also use IKEv2. This is where you decide how you will authenticate the user. Radius is a quite old stuff, so you can go old school and use a Radius server to authenticate your users over the network. Or you can just select Azure certificate. And the best is your Entra ID. You can simply give them the possibility to use their username and password to connect with your gateway. Or you can use all three if you want to give multiple options. Then you have maintenance, where you can actually create a maintenance configuration to keep or upkeep your gateway. Then over properties, you can see the information that which network it is connected to, is it provisioned, and what is the front-end IP. You can lock this resource so that no one can delete it. Then you also have monitoring capabilities. You can monitor the performance of your gateway. Automation, and at the end, you also have help, where you can check the resource health. You can reset the gateway, but remember, it will again take 20 minutes, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. So if you make any changes to your gateway, it takes time to, get going. So that is how you deploy your VNG. All right, in this demo, we will see, can we deploy a VNG, but inside a virtual WAN that is actually a platform as a service in Azure. So I already have one more network. Sorry, I don't have it. Let me create one. So VNet02, next, next. And I will use a different IP, 192.168.0.0/16. Click next and create this. Perfect. Now, in this network, I will also create a subnet for the gateway. So I will go to the resource, click on subnet, click on add a subnet for virtual network gateway, click add. All right. Now, this is what you will do if you are deploying a normal VNG. So you can just go ahead and create one more VNG and use the previously actually determined steps. But now we have to use virtual WAN. So search for virtual WANs. Let's go ahead and create a virtual WAN. I will call it demo W WAN. I will go with standard, click next, review it, and create. Now remember, creating virtual WAN, means nothing here. You still have to configure it. You have to deploy a hub inside it, and then you can actually create a virtual network gateway inside it. So this is just the first step. All right, it is there. Let's go to our virtual WAN. Let's click on it. And as you can see, if I go to virtual hubs, there are no hubs, 0. So do we need to create one? The answer is yes. Can we create a VPN site without creating a hub? You can try, but you still have to create a hub first. So let's create a hub. Click on new, choose a name. I will call it demo. It should be hub. Now this hub needs its own private IP address. I will give it 1. Remember, it should not overlap with any other network which you are going to connect in the future. I'll go with the cheapest capacity, but as you can see, even the cheapest gives you 2 routing infrastructure unit for redundancy, a fault tolerance, that is 3 Gbps router, which can support up to 2000 VM connections. That is more than enough for a demo. Now, what will you use this hub for? Basically, I will use it for VPN, so you will select that. Next. Here you can decide what kind of VPN you are going for. Is it a site-to-site VPN connection, point-to-site VPN connection, or is it an ExpressRoute? Remember, it is actually a site-to-site VPN. So I will just click on yes and choose what kind of device I want. Basically, this is your SKU, stock keeping unit. For the demo, this is good. And what will be the routing preference? Do you want the connection to stay on the Microsoft backbone? You can select Microsoft Network. Otherwise, if you want it to be a little bit cheap, you can select Internet. But remember, Microsoft Network will give you faster access, low latency, and overall greater performance. Next, point-to-site VPN. No, I don't want that. ExpressRoute, no. Tags, review, and then just create it. And that's it. This is how you will create a VPN or VNG, virtual network gateway, inside a hub using virtual WAN infrastructure. Virtual WAN make more sense if you know that your organization will have a very complex inter-site connectivity all over the world. This will give you a unified dashboard to maintain or manage everything from just one place. So this deployment can take some time. It can take somewhere about like 25 to 30 minutes. Once it is done, you will have your virtual WAN hub with a gateway router inside it. All right, so deployment is done. We can go to the resource and check out our hub. So basically, my WAN is up and running, and I have a hub somewhere here in Canada. And this is my hub. If I click on it, now you can see this hub actually have a VPN gateway already there. And this gateway is ready for the connection. So I can click on that. And here is my gateway, and this is how it will perform. So one scale unit, 500 Mbps into 2. But I don't have any sites. So basically, once you get your VPN up and running, now you can add sites. Sites means the other side of your infrastructure, means maybe it can be your on-prem headquarters or your office, or it can be another cloud platform as well. Once you add it here, then you can just click on connect VPN sites and they will start communicating. But the objective of this demo was to show you how you can also deploy VPN, virtual private network gateways, even inside the virtual WAN, that is actually a platform as a service.
Welcome back. I hope the lab was straightforward. Now you know what VPN, NSG, firewall can do to secure your environment. Remember, every organization must implement all these feature sets to create a network boundary which works efficiently, give highest performance plus security at the same time. So to wrap it up, here I will say that VPN gateways are for cost-effective encrypted communication. ExpressRoute is for high-performance private connection. Then we learned Azure Firewall, which is used to secure the traffic. And then there was a feature set called private links and endpoints for private, secure access to Azure services. And how can we forget about NSGs? NSGs are used to control traffic flow. By using these tools together, because they actually complement each other, you can actually ensure a secure, reliable connection between your on-premises network and Azure. So that's all for today. Hope that clears things up for you. Catch you next time in the next and fresh episode. Take care.